What's up, AfterBuzzers? Thanks for staying up with us because we've got 2 episodes going down tonight. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We're throwing it back. A little bit of old school hip hop here. Little LL Cool J. Thank you for joining us and once again staying up with us. We've got 2 episodes that we're going to be breaking down tonight. I'm your host, Paulina Aguilar, and you guys can find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina Aguilar. And while Jenna will soon be joining us within the next couple of weeks, but we've got a new co-host tonight that will be joining us for the rest of the season.
Hey.
Introduce yourself.
All right.
My name is David Christopher. I'm an Aquarius.
There you go.
Oh.
Where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, of course, at David Punk Rock Christopher, and you can also find me on Twitter at DPR Christopher. And then don't Google me.
Uh-oh, that means Google him, guys. Pam,
Excuse me. Sorry.
Pam, where can they find you?
Hi, everybody, and welcome. We're very happy to have you. You can find me all over the internet on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the stuff at Pamela Jill Gross, and it's Pamela Gross Jill on Twitter.
All right, there you have it. So, Davis, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. How long have you been watching the challenge? Are you a Bananas fan?
Whoa.
I'm definitely a Bananas fan. I'm
Okay.
I come from athlete background, musician, and I've been watching this thing since I was a teenager, off and on, growing up. So I'm old school.
Yeah.
I'm with the vets on this one. So yeah, definitely Bananas fan. CT, my boy, Derek. Those guys. I'm rooting for those guys. So yeah, that's definitely like to see you take this challenge.
All right, good. We need a guy's perspective on this panel.
Yeah.
All righty, so let's get started because we've got a lot to talk about. So let's start with season 2, Shots Fired. We saw that there's a redemption house, and then we see finally CT made his flight and got through customs. And he came with Brianna.
Yes.
Do you guys know, are you familiar with her?
Not super familiar.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did show her in the past episode.
Okay.
If you guys remember, she came on, she had a partner from Are You the One? That's where they're from. And I forgot his name, but he decided to go home because he missed his girlfriend.
Yep.
Before, I believe it was before the first challenge even started. They were about to set out the rules and the game, and he said, "No, I want to go back home." And she said, "Well, F you." And because they're partners, she had to go home.
Maybe his girlfriend is Ashley.
Maybe.
so
Maybe.
lame.
And they
They
make
could
a
be
great
together,
couple.
yeah.
That's such a
But we
bummer.
haven't
Going
seen him
home
back.
couple.
So that's where she's from, and that's why she's called a vet.
Right. Okay. Because we never got to see her compete though,
No.
so we don't really know what she's made of, and
And we still don't
once
get to
again,
see
we're
her.
not going to get to see what
Yeah.
she's made of. But yeah,
I
that
guess
was
we'll have
a
to
bummer
wait
for
season
her.
31.
She is getting
Well,
some.
she's in the redemption house now, so I don't know. We haven't seen anybody battle it out there yet.
On that redemption house, like, I'm still so baffled by what is that? Like, what is
Okay,
going on with
but
that?
they've
Like,
done this
Well,
before. Do you
okay.
remember they did it in Battle of the Exes?
Oh, that was
Where
okay.
like
Yeah.
Bananas and Nani were partners and they had to battle it out themselves to
Right,
stay
right.
in the house.
Okay.
Basically, they're doing that again, except we haven't seen them battle anything.
They're going to come
Right.
back at some point.
Oh,
Is
obviously,
right? So they're going to come back. So we don't know how or
I'm
what
just like,
the
yeah, like, what's
structure
the
will
kicker?
be.
Like, what is this like?
I don't know.
Do you like
we
that?
haven't.
Do
They
you
haven't.
like?
I love it.
Yeah.
I
I
love
think it's
it.
great, yeah. It's got me, like I said, it's got me curious. Like, what is this kicker? What's going on here? Like,
I think everyone knows Derek is not supposed to be going home.
Yeah.
The first round. I think everybody was scared.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Corey because he's gotten himself a little bit of trouble both
Okay.
with the games and with his game.
Right.
He's dating or went out and hooked up with 3 of the girls. Corey, my man, I mean, you've got some serious nerve to go at it again when they're all in the same house. I mean, I can see like a season here, a season there, but like.
hey,
when
dude.
they're all
Hey, hats off.
Hey.
Hey, hats off to you, brother. Like,
You what? Why do you guys
hey,
do
hey.
that?
No.
Why do you guys do that
hold
all
on,
the time?
I'll be real, bro. I'm not a fan of the guy, but hey, I got to give him his credit where it's due. And I think as a guy, we've all been in a position like that. It just so happens they all had to come in the same house. That's
You've
a
been
bummer.
in
You've been in a
position like
position
that.
where you're
Yeah.
on reality TV, and the 3 women that you've dated
Not
are
bad,
now
but I
living
mean,
with and
but I mean,
competing
it's
again. I mean,
you've
how
been
many
involved
guys
in a
have been in
small
that?
circle of women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of guys have been in that
Okay.
situation.
All right.
Unfortunately for him, they're all in one house now, and that sucks. So
Yeah.
I feel for you, dude. I feel for you.
Yeah, but he still flirts with all of them.
Corey is really cute. He's got a little bit of. I actually really do like Corey. I think he's a likable sort. He is not good at the game. He might have game, but he's not good at the game.
He might have what? Can you shimmy it again?
He might have game, but he's not good at the game. Really not doing himself any favors by saying I think he thinks, oh, I'm going to show how fearless I am.
Right.
I'm here to take down everybody. I don't know if that's ever worked for anyone strategy-wise to tell all the strongest players that you want to get rid of them.
I feel, well, I'll say this first. Again, I give the guy credit. It's ballsy. It's
something.
It's very confident. So I'll give him that respect. But at the same time, I think it's very foolish and naive. And maybe a little bit arrogant.
Well, it's reminding me of Jordan's move when Jordan was bent on taking down bananas.
Right.
So he volunteered himself and lost. And it's
it's awesome. Yeah, go for the top dog. Go for the.
It's awesome, but not if you want to win.
Right, exactly.
Like
it's a strategy. I get it.
I think it's not good game.
He's tried the original strategy before, which is you don't put your game out there. Like, you keep that stuff to yourself, and it didn't work out for him that well. So I think he's kind of trying something new.
He's gotten to the final like every time he's been involved, and he's not a stellar competitor. I think it worked just fine for him having people have his back. I think that's one of the reasons he was carried or got as far as he did was his friendship. He's had good friendships. Well, so to say that he's this, for him to think I'm just this dominant player that can like give a F you to everyone and thinks it's going to work out in his favor, I think is very foolhardy. And also, damn, even all the people he thinks he sent home.
Yeah, he just made it a lot harder.
Yeah, he just made his bed. Well, now they're not really home. So he's like, I'm responsible for getting rid of, they're all going to be gunning for you.
I'd like to see him in CT. I mean, CT's my boy. I'd like to see
CT's a monster.
He'll
destroy him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's bring him back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
I'm pretty sure Corey's got the nerve to call him out, and I'm pretty sure that we will see that in the challenge
Right.
somehow.
Corey's
I hope so.
So the
That'd
best.
Be awesome. That'd be awesome.
It would be
It'd be fun to watch.
It would be great. I would like to see it. So do we think that because they were being so sheepish about Camilla and Corey on the beach,
right?
And do you think they really super
did
hooked
something?
up? Yeah.
Yeah, of course they did something.
They did something. It was very quick.
Yeah,
whatever they did was quick.
And everyone, I mean, whatever.
Hey, dude.
How good is his game? I mean, it was pretty good.
Well, his game must be pretty slick because that same day he made out with Anissa and flirted with Kayla.
Well, it is funny because remember the girl who he thought looked like Rihanna, who he was partnered with on Battle of the Exes, or he liked. I don't remember her name. Anyway, I was looking at a picture of Rihanna on the People magazine that's sitting out on the table, and she looks a little like Anissa. There's a resemblance. I was like, he's stated that Rihanna's his dream girl, and I think he's got that type. And anyone, she has the pretty eyes. I know everyone's gonna be like, Rihanna, she doesn't look like Rihanna. A little bit,
Well, he's got many types.
He's got all
three. They all look different. Let's move
true.
on to the challenge Cool Under Fire, where they're shooting rotten tomatoes at people on the ledge. How fun would that be? Because if I really hated somebody, I'd go pew, pew.
That'd be awesome launching them.
The biggest controversy about that was whether Anissa or Camilla deserved to win that challenge. What do you think?
I thought that was interesting. I didn't know how they were going to play it, and I do think she did because Anissa did actually make a mistake. If they all did it, like it was a blatant
they all did it at the
on
same
there,
time.
right? Like they said, games, the horn blew and all the girls grabbed it, but it's like, no, Anissa, only you did. Only you thought they were talking to you. So that's why I understand that she thought. I mean, it makes sense. She's not a moron. It's not like a total mistake, like
I agree.
the wrong goal, like we saw last season.
Right.
But I felt bad for her because that really does stink.
For who?
That relief, Anissa.
No, she made a mistake. That's her own
and
fault.
I feel bad. I feel badly.
I feel bad if like somebody else affected her, affected her to lead that game and got disqualified by being someone's partner.
I like Anissa. I wanted to see her win.
Too,
I thought it's a bummer. I understood. She heard the horn. She was like, great, cool. she made a mistake. I feel bad for her.
happens.
I'm not like that. They wronged her. I mean, I get it. I don't feel like, right. I don't think.
Can you do that again,
They
please?
wronged her. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not like, oh, they screwed her over. But I do feel bad for her because.
You should write
I
to the
think
producer.
Crappy,
I
yeah.
think they made the right call.
MTV.
I didn't think they were because they didn't say it right away. They waited to the end. Usually they say it right away. But I was like, no, they better say something because I would have been pissed too. But what I didn't like was when Anissa was calling Camilla shady. Because guess what? Those are the rules. Camilla didn't say, she didn't,
She didn't
do the
fight
Sun
for herself, yeah.
conspiracy and like tricked you somehow. That was your mistake. That's your consequence, and let it go to the rightful winner.
And it was actually
Right.
Tori that was sitting next to her screaming, DQ, DQ. Like, she DQ'd.
Calling her out, throwing her under the bus. No, I agree with you guys. I mean, it's a bummer. It's a it's a crappy way to go out and
Right,
lose,
it's
but it's the rules.
Yeah.
Like, she made a mistake.
Yeah,
so.
and Anissa's been really showing up
Right.
so far. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
And she has
Yeah.
another chance to redeem herself. It's not like she was out of the challenge completely.
yeah, no, it was fine, But yeah,
let's talk about this whole fight that happened in the Redemption House at the end of that episode. Because
Wow.
I was not expecting any of this to go down at all. So basically, Simone and Shane get kicked out of the challenge completely for fighting.
super kicked out. Yeah, if they were not just fake kicked out, but super kicked
That
out.
was like legit.
I was like, bye guys.
I actually didn't mind them leaving, but I mean, it's probably good that we didn't see more of any of that footage. But I mean,
Yeah.
The thing is, you can't even blame it on the alcohol. Usually, it's because you're drunk and emotions are coming out and you're fighting and you're throwing punches. You're just.
They were
have
both
a temper
idiots.
problem.
Yeah, they're both idiots who what they did air is a fight about someone not wanting to grease someone's scalp.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
And
Ultimately,
then,
it was
yeah.
about not wanting. Yeah.
And then like, you're selfish. Like I'm not selfish because I don't want to grease your scalp.
You mean you
Do you
wouldn't
want to lotion my feet? They're really dry. Rub some lotion on them. Come on.
You
I
mean
did
you
the
wouldn't
dishes.
my
wouldn't
butt
want to
cheeks?
put some grease on his hair?
No, I don't. No,
Hey,
I don't
hey.
grease my own scalp. I'm not gonna grease yours.
Right.
That's a little much
understandable.
to
That's
ask
that's
someone.
personal
Yeah,
hygiene.
I don't think that it should be compared to washing dishes.
That exactly. That is washing dishes. Another is
That's a chore.
touching is greasing your scalp. Like that's different than washing dishes.
That's just so random.
It's
I don't think
like
I've ever had anybody ask
request
me,
that you grease their
like,
scalp?
"Can you grease my scalp.
I mean, if I did, I would be real pissed if they thought I was selfish because I'd say I'll do your dishes
Would you do
tomorrow
it for
night.
money?
Sure.
Oh.
But then she pulled. Well, then she was like, Shane does hair and makeup. Like, yes, he styles it and
Right.
applies makeup. He's not greasing people's scalp.
Right.
Like that is a personal.
It
as,
is. It
As
is.
Troy said, that's a personal hygiene matter. Like. I really likened it to asking someone to lotion my feet. Like they're dry, they're mine. No one, like maybe someone close to you wants to touch them, but I wouldn't call you selfish if you weren't like, of course you did you brought
And no one
cookies.
contributes.
Like,
No one contributes to like the grease. Like they do the dishes and dirtying the floor. Like it's not
in
the
an even
same.
less personal hygiene manner, it's like saying, I'm really sore today. Will you guys give me a massage? And you
Right.
saying, no, like, I don't want to be intensely physical with you because you did the dishes is not.
And it's not
getting-
even
touching
intense.
me.
It's just a personal space. You don't want people touching you.
Stand in my
Well,
bubble.
that is a more. If someone said, hey, I can't spray suntan oil. I don't even rub suntan oil on people unless that's like someone that I'm.
Yeah, if you're
like
friends,
if someone
yeah.
a stranger at the pool or someone I met a couple of times was like, will you
Well,
lotion
hold
up
on
my
one
back?
second. If Corey was like, "Hey, would you please put some suntan lotion on my back or my abs right now?"
Sure. I mean, like, yes, make me,
So
but
there's exceptions.
there's exceptions. But
Yeah.
just your run of the mill as a favor, touching of someone, I don't think you're allowed to equate to doing the dishes. It's
Fair
like
enough.
saying, I brought you guys a sandwich. Now give me a massage. Like they're not.
That's not
the same.
That's not equivalent.
I mean,
I think
there's
that
a species
they,
of monkeys.
I think
in
that they
which-
finally made the right decision to send both home because I think we've seen if you watch The Real World, I don't know if you guys watch it, but there was an instance where there was a fight and they sent one person home, you
Right.
know, and I've seen MTV go back and forth on this, and in this case, I think it got way out of hand than the norm.
But she broke that vase. I
She
think that
broke
was
the
kinda-
bottle,
or yeah, the bottle.
And the fact
Sorry.
she claimed, no, it's fine. She claimed that Shane hit her and hit her first. So, I mean, that ain't right.
But I guess, and that's not right at all. But then when they were doing, I actually liked the way they edited together the story, because obviously the Redemption House is like the low budge version, and they only have one camera and like a guy they picked up at a carnival to like keep the peace. Yeah, the like guy was working the the Ferris wheel in Cartagena, and they're like, dude, if these kids get out of hand, just punch them. So that dude rolls up, and we're like, what's going on? So I like the way they pieced it together. And then I was wondering, what the hell happened to this guy? He's all busted. Well, now I know, but when they told the story, I liked the way they camera-free pieced together the story. That was clever. Yes, I'm very glad they both went home, because when they first sent him home, I was like, surely she's accountable for this too.
That's fair.
And she puts hands on, that's guy, girl.
It's multiple.
This is 2017, people.
Yeah.
It's an equal opportunity. No one's allowed to get physical with anyone.
Not at all.
That includes greasing the scalp.
All right, now let's move on to our third episode,
Okay.
Pride Before the Fall. We've got some good stuff going on. Brianna gets voted in, and she starts complaining. If you are a rookie, do not complain about going in. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody has seen you compete. Why is that such a surprise?
I don't know. I agree with you. That was really, I guess that's what she did say, that again, I felt bad for her, is she was like not one person. Like she was like, on your ego, it's just got to feel bad. I get that, but you have to understand that some of these people have been involved with each other for millions of seasons. You're not a part of that. Take your lumps,
I've always been just kind of put up or shut up. Your challenge, just step up. I mean, talk through your actions, and then being a rookie and not really knowing what you can do. I think it's more of an opportunity to prove yourself and show why you belong there. So I don't think I wouldn't complain. I would be more kind of like motivated, and kind of like hungry, like okay, like bring it on,
Absolutely.
Right.
Like Derek H was 100% like a model voted in her. He just was like, sucks. Don't want to leave my girlfriend.
But
I'm
you
gonna
should
do my best.
You should expect it.
Yeah.
Then we go for the vote where Camilla changes her vote. Do you agree? There's a few questions in this. Do you think she made the right decision?
Okay.
Did she flip-flop her?
I think there's two sides to this, and jump on in. One, I do agree with her. Who cares? It's not a team game. You don't need a unified decision. It really shouldn't matter who she picks. I really don't understand why people were bent out of shape about it.
Because she said she was going to vote for Corey.
But I understand, and I think it was like, but who cares? You got what you wanted. You were going to get what you wanted. There was no way. It wasn't we need all the votes. People come to an agreement. It wasn't that way. I get the flip side of that is that what they keep saying is we can't trust her. She's a wild card now.
Right.
I don't think that's true. I do think she's trustworthy, and I think she's proved herself trustworthy to these people over and over again. I think it's obvious she's into Corey. It's not a mystery. She didn't want to vote for him. He wasn't going to go. I think they're making a bigger deal of it than it needs to be made.
Do you think she said Corey because she likes him?
Yes.
I think so. I think it's obvious that was going to happen.
I think it's obvious too, but Bananas had a point. I'm on Bananas' side on this one, where he says that he kind of screwed you over in the final. Which he did.
Right, but he didn't screw her over. He just sucked. He didn't screw her over.
Why would you save him? I wouldn't.
Because she likes him, and he was gonna be voted
That's all
in
it boils
anyway.
down to is she likes the dude. I mean, it's to me, it's obvious. I wasn't surprised by any of it. There's like so much to be said about that whole thing of like, one, like you said, like she has the right to choose what she wants. Two, I mean, it's a shady game. I mean, it's literally it's dirty. That's the point. So you kind of expect someone to be kind of wishy-washy, kind of shady, kind of dirty. So that alone is already kind of to even be upset about that's kind of silly in itself. And then on top of the fact that like it's a given, she likes a dude. She's gonna stand by that guy. What
right.
I mean, it's not
but
like
if you're Bananas or CT, or say you're someone that always played with Camilla and you guys got along and things like that. And then all of a sudden, she just changes her mind.
But they're not a team. It doesn't affect them.
They're not, but it's their word. But it's their word.
Their word.
Right, but I think they should expect it. Like it's that kind of game.
But their word with zero consequences. So
but
who
I've
cares
always known Camilla to kind of, I don't know. I don't
think it was,
see her as like a liar.
No, it was.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of like,
I don't think she
I think what happened,
lied.
she voted with her heart and not with her mind.
Well, she said Corey, and then they pointed TJ pointed out, you don't need to go. She's like, I'm going to go with my team on this one. And what she was saying earlier was, this isn't, who gives a shit who I vote for? This isn't they're not a team. Bananas, right. You don't need to trust Camilla. She's not your teammate. You're not playing
Neither
as a
is
team.
Corey.
Then she can vote, but she wanted to vote for him. So she said, I'm going to go with my team on this. And then he said, you can vote for whoever you want. You're not voting as a team. And she said, fine, I don't want to vote for Corey, which she expressed, I think she's the opposite of Shady. In their discussions, she said, Corey's my boy. I don't want to vote for him. And they said, he's gunning for us. You do what we say.
But to her point, too, like, she's supposedly kind of like their boys, too, you know? She's really cool, obviously, with, like, CT and them, too, as well. Like, they have history together.
Yeah, because they can boss her around. And they no, I'm serious. The second she goes, no, we can't trust her. It is. I think Johnny's the biggest, the most untrustworthy person in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for him to sit and call someone out when it doesn't matter and say that she's untrustworthy.
I think that they would, that if she probably would have said, I don't want to vote in Corey because I like him, they probably respected her honesty on that and been like,
she
okay,
did
if that's
say that,
what
and they bullied her into saying he screwed you. They twisted it, and then when it came down to it, and the TJ, the leader, reminded her.
Spinning it.
Yeah,
I like
TJ
it.
reminded her, do whatever you want. And at that point, when she saw, who cares? You're gonna get. She was the last vote. And it's a majority rule. At that point, she didn't want to do it. I think she said, fine, I'll do it if everybody else really wants him gone. Sure, he's gunning for you. That's not cool.
I think it went bad just because she flip-flopped. Like, she said
But then
one
they're
name.
gonna, but now she has a target on her back from
Which
the
I think is
strongest
stupid.
guys. So
Who cares? We don't know how it's going to be. You don't want that for sure. Because Johnny's a manipulative, but so-and-so. But at the same time, how is he adversely affected? I don't trust them far as I can throw them anyway, so who cares? I say play with your heart, Camilla. You do what you want, girl. That's silly to do it because she said she didn't want to vote for him. Then when she saw, oh, who cares? I have a bone to pick with Hunter. Corey's going the vote. She said Hunter. I don't think that's flip-flopping. I think that's like almost grossly transparent.
why does everyone's heart got to be everyone's weakness? Like,
yeah.
oh,
The
I
heart
like
wants
you,
what the
I'm
heart
gonna
wants.
save you, and
Goddamn
it's
these
a love
feelings.
story.
But yeah, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't weaken her. This is an individual game. She should do whatever she wants. You know.
You heard?
You heard.
You heard?
Shoot.
Yeah,
All
follow
right.
your heart, people. Follow
All
your
right,
heart.
let's talk
Follow
about
your
this
heart.
Presidio, which is everyone. All the eliminations are going to be played there. We've got the double X, which is different. We have not seen lately. They've been bringing back the old games. This one they haven't seen. So when you draw a double, it's a good thing. I thought it was going to be bad, but it's not. But not only are you safe, but you get to choose the opponent.
It's super cool. It's up in the ante. Yeah, not only is there a second level of unsafety or of unsureness if you're going in, but you've got to double cross people.
I just love that about this season.
Yeah.
That you get to pick, like, it's all put on you. Like, you kind of, it's just like makes it even more shady, like
It
more
is.
dirty. It's like,
It is dirty. all's fair in the challenge.
yeah, I love that.
Dario wins and picks Derek K. Just because that's who he knows.
Okay, Derek K.
Because he knows Leroy has a better
He
relationship
saves
with him.
Leroy, okay.
So he saves Leroy, and Veronica chooses Brittany because she doesn't know her very well. So Corey and
Yeah.
Derek, Brianna and Brittany.
Hold on. We got to have a moment real quick for Veronica being like, I had an instinct of which one to pick. And doing it. She's like, I'm not really good at things anymore.
Yeah,
like, I'm not
I'm not
really
strong.
physical
That's a pretty good
anymore.
impression.
Yeah. But I kind of knew where it was. Like, whoa, Veronica's got the force. And in this game, it's like shady mofos have some, like, I shaded that shit out.
On point.
It's true.
Like,
It's like,
yeah.
all right, Veronica. Like,
I've got the
she
force.
did. She did. She's a bad girl. That's why I love
her.
heart Veronica forever. Because she's a bad girl. Remember when she stole on the semester
She's a
abroad?
bad- yeah.
She's a little klepto. She stole from someone and she was like, no, I didn't. And then, they're like rifling through her stuff and all the things that they thought she stole were like in there.
You know what's funny? When she said that she wasn't like physically strong anymore,
Right.
I was like, that's all I remember you being. So when she
Right.
said that, I had to like think about it, and I was like, okay, time has passed. I get it, And I was like, oh. I was kind of bummed because I'm like, she's my
She
favorite.
might be playing everyone though too. She's got something going on with her arms.
She's
Looks a
short,
little
but she's
jacked.
stocky.
She's stocky.
So she was holding some people back on that
She's like a little
challenge.
bulldog.
If her and
Yeah.
Corey could be one human, like his game and her game, they could do really good. Because she's a good
Veronica's
gamer.
game and his
yeah,
game.
and his game. But she is good at the game. Like, I don't know, that was some voodoo shit. How she was like, but I wasn't worried. I knew which
what
one
do
to
they say,
pull.
right? It's like woman's intuition or something
Yeah,
like that. Like,
I don't know. Sometimes you just have the feeling. Well, it is. It's like gambling. Gamblers. I'm not. Anyway, but that was fun. And then she picked that girl,
Brittany,
who looks like a mini weird version of her in the face.
Really?
It's a strange.
Brittany?
Yeah.
They don't
Little
look
bit.
anything alike.
Look at them. We got to
I'd
do a
agree with you.
side.
No, they
Someone
don't
like
look
splice.
anything alike.
They have the same like. There's
No.
something. I'm telling you. I'll make it. I'm gonna make it.
All right.
you
Well,
will see
let's
it.
talk
People.
about balls to the walls.
Together.
I really, really like this challenge.
Okay.
And I like that it's really like so far like this stuff is new. Like we
Yes.
haven't seen a lot
Right.
of stuff. The fact that it's fire, I don't know how. I think that would be very hard. I'm a really tiny person, so I don't know. Like that'd probably be very hard for me to pull that out of the drywall.
Oh, it's all forearms, bicep. That's all. It's definitely a favorite of a bigger guys challenge.
Is there strategy to this? Or is it just kind of like pull with all your might?
That's power. That's gonna be just like it's all strength. It's power. You're pulling through a wall. You know what I mean? There's really, and you got to go quick, obviously, because you don't know what your other opponent. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know.
Is there a strategy to maybe which ones you pull first?
Well, the strategy.
I mean,
Because I would go from top to bottom.
I would assume so too, because I mean, pulling
The
up here, you
rings?
get a lot more tired.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because then I know that I'm small, so I would lose all my energy if I'm trying to reach for the very top
Yeah.
first.
Right.
Or last.
Well, the strategy part, I think, came in when the team captains were picked. And Dario picks girl first and picks Cara Maria. Smart.
No. We're talking about the challenge
Previous
with the...
challenge.
Right.
Oh,
That was for this. Green team, blue team. That's what we're talking about. Dario picked all the big dudes,
Oh, yeah.
and stupid Kayla decided not to. I don't know why. So that was the strategy in this game.
I think,
Who you
wait, I
freaking
think you
picked.
have it backwards. So balls to the walls was the elimination
Pulling
from
through the
the
wall, pulling through the wall.
tomatoes. And then it cut off,
Right.
right? So
But
now...
we're talking about the one that the big brute force was.
No, not that one.
No, not
that
with
one.
them
Oh.
running in the dirt. Not in the one in the
Oh.
ring because we haven't seen the elimination from that. Because Nicole was in it.
So fired
So the one with the
I was
fire
so
and
ready
Nicole.
for.
Back it up.
I was
Sorry.
like, hold on, you're confusing me for a
Okay,
second.
balls to the wall.
That's the one
was
with the
chat,
fire.
the elimination,
Was what?
the final.
Yeah.
The eliminate. Okay,
Yes.
got it. I was too excited. Too
No
excited.
worries.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just talking about strategy of pulling the poles out
Okay.
the fire.
But yeah, I agree with you. I definitely
Pull.
think, because you're going to use a lot more your delts, buys, pulling down. You're going to get a lot more tired pulling from up here as opposed to just pulling down here. At
Oh,
least I think
thought
so.
you meant the ring. Okay, you'd pull the lower ones first.
Yeah.
I get it. Sorry.
No worries.
I just got
no
back.
worries.
Welcome
Late
back.
night last
Welcome back.
night.
It's late.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was really fun. I really wanted Brianna to stay. Well, I mean, technically she stays, but I really wanted her to win that challenge because I'm so far I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too. I thought she was gonna win. I like her better than that twerpy girl. I mean,
Brittany.
But yeah, I was super surprised that she won, but it was so close.
I was going for Brittany. So
Really?
yeah, I totally was.
Why? What do you like about her?
I just she's for a chick, she's very like ballsy. She's very like aggressive. She's just like I'm coming after it. She's not afraid to kind of step up, and I like that about her. She's just very
I
aggressive.
think a lot
so.
of the girls are like
Yeah,
that.
I was like, like
But I
every
mean, I
girl
feel like
in
she's
this, yeah.
more of just kind of like you know what I mean? More just I don't know. Like I just at least compared in the challenge, I felt like she was more of the aggressor. So I thought she was gonna take it.
I'm not
She
convinced
did,
yet. I'm
yeah.
gonna have to see a little bit
Yeah,
more. I'll give her props for winning,
yeah.
but I want to see her do a little bit more. See what her strengths
Yeah.
and
We'll see.
weaknesses are.
We'll see.
You know what I thought was really funny, and I really wanted to touch on this was with the swimming lesson with
Oh,
Leroy.
okay.
You guys, I recall him doing a challenge, and he's like, "Yeah, like, what have you been doing this summer to prep for this?" He's like, "Yeah, I've been learning how to swim because I don't like the water, and I've been watching swimming videos all weekend." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I thought it was just
Ammo. So
hilarious.
now he's an expert. He's
He's
nice
teaching them how to
stroke.
swim.
Nice stroke. Yeah.
How did you guys learn how to swim? Do you remember?
Gosh, I mean, I was like a fish. I know that I was in the water. Southern California, we were in the water. But I don't remember exactly. I just know I was swimming like at a very young age, and I loved the pool. And I was always at the beach, and so I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Good question,
How did you learn how to swim?
I also was a little fish and grew up in the water. My dad's a sailor, and I had to wear a life jacket.
Right.
And it was horrible, like from little age on. And when I was about 4, like the family rule that my sister, who's older, had to do, and everyone was, if you don't want to wear it, and they were awful to wear, you have to swim a mile. So it was like, okay,
wow.
like let me do it. I don't want to wear this anymore.
How old were
so,
you when
like
you
4,
did that?
Like 4. I mean, it wasn't. You didn't have to do the crawl. It didn't have to be beautiful,
Really?
but like he would tack a mile on the boat, make me swim behind it.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was like. It wasn't like we were whitewater sailing rafting
Right.
family. If you fell off, you sit
know
there
how-
for a little while
Tough
until
love,
they
huh?
turned around. I know.
Wow,
It's like, be good,
that's an
bitch.
awesome strategy. That's cool.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah,
just
it's
like, if you
different.
don't want to wear that, I have to know that like we
You can-
have the time to notice you're not there
Right.
and turn around and get you.
Right.
And you'll like be able to not drown. So
Wow.
yeah, and he was a lifeguard like when
That's
he was
pretty
growing
smart,
up.
though.
It was a good family theory, and it was motivating because, you don't want to do it. And then I've just loved it. I like to be in the water.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
My dad was old
How
school,
about
and he
you?
would just push me. He's like, okay, let's go. My grandpa had a pool, so we'd go all the time.
Uh-huh.
So we'd go, and he'd be like, okay, go swim. And I'm like, but I don't know how to swim. And he would just go, boop, and he would push me. And be like, okay, float.
Right.
Figure it out. Figure it out. And then
There you go.
sometimes when he would swim, he would like not let me come up. He would like push my shoulder down, and I'm like,
do you
Dad, I need to
talk
swim.
about
I need to
this?
swim.
Yeah,
but no.
That's taking it a little.
We're learning how to swim. We're learning how to
And
swim.
I'm
Just
not
stay
the water now. I know how to swim.
a little bit longer.
Well, no, but it's funny because my mom doesn't know how to swim, and he pushed her in the water too. And
Okay.
so that's just his way of learning how to swim.
That's the
Interesting.
tough love swimming
Interesting.
lesson. Yeah.
There was no
I mean,
strap.
I knew when I was going into the water.
That you were all right.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that it was my choice.
Oh, there you go. Well,
But
he's old
yeah.
school. Okay, let's move on to Battle Royale.
Okay, I'm
where
ready.
Now
Yeah.
it's your challenge.
I love that
Where they're
one. I love
running
that one.
through, the hallway.
That was amazing.
I think not only do the players like this, think challenges like this, but the viewers like to see just the physical aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what
I was
everybody wants.
motivated.
That's
yeah,
where everyone's
that gets you
like,
riled up.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they just want to let it all out, and that's their excuse to hit people.
Right.
Right.
I've actually done a similar challenge like
Really?
this on a different TV show. And
Oh,
I
wait,
know-
Wait, what TV
Yeah,
show
back
are you
it
on?
up.
There's a show called Steve Austin's Broken Skull Challenge, and there's one that's similar, and it's called Snatch, where you're on both ends of this big sand pit, and you literally the exact same way run full force at
Oh my
each other,
God.
and you got to grab the sandbag, and it's insane. And so the adrenaline, the intensity, everything that's going at that point in time, it's gnarly. It's crazy. So I can imagine then all those dudes, all the testosterone, it's just, and then you just see big CT just coming through. I mean,
So
it's
were you
intense.
on the big bulky team or on the skinny
There's
scrawny
no
team?
teams. You're there for yourself. There's no teams. You just
And
got to battle it to the top.
Back to her question that made me think we were talking about this. Is there strategy, or are you just running on brute force at this point?
Looking back now, yeah, there's always a strategy, but in the moment, I mean, it's just pure adrenaline. I mean, as you
Right.
saw, like it was funny because you see the two teams had complete different strategies. Like me, I'm more of the agile, faster type of guy. The other guys are more of the bigger brute guys. You know what I mean? So obviously the strategies were completely opposite. And you're going
Right.
to use your strength. So in that sense, and then you got like a little tunnel you got to fit through. So I think both teams strategize well for what they are. You can't, obviously you're not gonna have like a wrecking ball with like the smaller guys up against.
Right.
So I
Which
mean,
strategy would you have gone with?
I would have to go with the speed because that's
just
my
how you are?
yeah. I'm not gonna be a wrecking ball against a guy that's like twice my size. You know what I mean? So
You don't want to be the Tony climbing onto the
Right.
bear CT, like
I mean, like,
scrambling
right.
for purchase. Yeah,
Right.
that was like the best visual.
But see, Kayla screwed up though because I feel like it's
Bring it
the
all
way
back,
that I
yeah.
saw it was football. You want to
Right.
have your defensive team and
Right.
you want your offensive team who are quick and who are agile, who could get through the hole.
Right.
Right.
So I probably would have gone for a little bit of both and not just one size fits all.
Right.
Well, no, go ahead.
Because the
Oh, no,
bigger
you're
guys
right.
are also the bigger guys are also going to be a little bit slower.
That's very true. So that's why I said you utilize your
Hypothetically.
speed, but at the same time, yeah, if you come to that big train, it's like you got to make it through quicker, or you got to let them burn out first.
I'd be like, get skinny. I'd be
Right.
like, all right, see ya. I'm gonna crawl, on my knees through the hole, through everyone's
But then-
through everyone's
Right.
legs.
You have like the CT just take his big paw and bat you back to your side.
I
You know?
avoid that. I would avoid.
I mean,
it.
unless the
So
team,
it
unless like the
yeah.
blue team, let's say rally together as like one unit. And,
Right.
I mean, that could be a way that might have even worked, helped them. But you got to work as a team and do that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, speaking of team and who's not part of it is Nicole and Ammo. Did you like that twist at all?
Oh.
Because they didn't get to compete and they're automatically in the elimination.
Well, I like that again. This is they're throwing a dirty twist into
Right.
everything. Like this was it's crappy. Someone's not picked. You know, we saw it in Nicole, who was actually crying, and she was like, "I just want to show I'm a good competitor."
Right,
It's
right.
like the kids that weren't picked. It's crappy. It's a crappy way to know you're going into the elimination. I love it as a show. It's so awesome. Like it's elevating everything to there's like 5 levels of what's going to happen.
I feel
you know,
like-
there's levels of chance that you really can't control. So,
Right.
which
right.
goes back to the play with Camilla, do what you want, you know, and goes back to Corey's bad game. There's all these levels. Like you don't want everyone to hate you because then if it's a team thing and you're picked last, at the same time, you never know what that strange loop is going to be, and it could be random, and doing something to not offend Johnny Bananas could have no bearing. So I think do what
Tread
you
lightly,
want.
you know.
Yeah.
Tread lightly.
Don't announce your enemies, but follow your play your own game, because at the end of this, that's what it's about. So I do think that you should make your own calls in that. I felt bad for Nicole. Ammo took it in stride, which was the only time I ever really kind of
Why'd you feel bad for Nicole?
I don't think she was wronged and it was terrible, but I felt badly for her. It just sucks to be the not picked one. She was the only person not picked. It's literally the cliche of feeling shitty.
I don't think she should have cried. I think she should have gotten angry. I think because instead
gotta
of
get
being
fired
sad,
up.
like, oh, okay, nobody picked me. Yeah, okay, nobody picked you. But get angry and use that to go into the elimination to come back and show everybody what you got.
Well, she was
like
also
that.
hurt by Dario.
like that.
She said she was hurt. She was the last, and
I
she
can
sort
see
of
that.
she kind of trusted him. They were a team. She always kindly, oddly does pull it out. She's one of those people that I do write off as like makeup girl with a pen in a bag in a hat. That was funny, but she does tend to do well. It doesn't feel good. No one likes to be.
But you know what
that
surprises
person.
me is that some of these veterans are still on the "you're my friend, you'll choose me. You're my friend, you'll choose me."
Right.
This isn't rookies
Mm-hmm.
that are brand new and haven't figured it out. These are veterans who've played season after season who
Yes.
still say, "You got my back," and then they don't vote and then they get upset. I would
Yes.
expect I'm on my own regardless and play and I don't know, just figure it out as you go, but I wouldn't expect.
I don't think there should be expectations.
Right.
But I think part of that, beyond just you're my boy, you're my girl, you got my back, is they know how each other compete, and they know each other are good because they've done challenges together, they've done this together. So it's not just you're my friend, I like you, which is some of it, because you want a pal at this stage in the game. It's early enough that is still a factor.
Right.
I think, but with the old school people, I think it's more of I know you're good. I know, I want you on my, like, I want to come,
There's a different
it's
respect,
gonna get,
you know?
yeah, exactly. There's a different respect, and it's gonna get funneled down. These things have a way of weeding out,
Oh, yeah, eventually it's gonna come.
Sometimes it's random, like Darrell getting fur, that is weird.
I-
But they do wind up with, usually the people in the finals are strong players. And I think part of that, I got you, is we're challenge homies.
I
and,
feel like at the level where Bananas and CT, and you can throw in Wes, I know he's not on here this season, is they're kind of like, I'll pick you as my team because I know that we can win and do well and move forward into the final, but once we're in that final, you and I both know we're going
It's
for
on.
each other.
Absolutely.
I
It's
agree.
on,
I
and
think
they
so,
don't
yeah.
get mad.
It's like unspoken.
And
I
that
think,
is
yeah.
the
that's how it
correct
should
way.
be.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I do think
agree.
it's early enough in the game that that if it's between someone you've done 20 challenges with and have a
Right.
relationship with, and
Right.
Brittany,
Which is how
with an
Veronica
eye,
did, yeah.
then
And I respect that. I think that's should be
know.
that way. I respect it. I like that.
Yeah.
And with Veronica, she did show her strength because she did pull a little move at the end, which probably is a game changer.
If
in
she
that
just
because
let her
her
go,
team won.
well, she knew. She's like, I'm not, fastest. Like, I'm gonna delay her.
Yeah.
Well, the irony in that too, trying to vote off Brittany, and then at
Right.
the end, the two kind of battling.
With the
that was
elbow.
awesome. That
Well,
It was.
if Brittany
It
didn't
was.
engage, she would have gone. She didn't fight back. Like, she let it turn into. She said Veronica, body checked her or something. She was like, so I wasn't gonna let that happen. It's like,
Right.
well, if you had, you would have won.
I gotta say
So-
that was exciting to watch. Like that was an
It was.
awesome. That was an awesome.
No, my
challenge.
favorite
Like,
was Anissa's. She was just like,
I'm gonna give
Right
you
at Jenna.
all of this
Just
body.
check.
All of it.
And that was the best. She's like, and Jenna just looked like a little deer, and it's true. It's like we said, Jenna's not dirty enough for this game,
She's
kids.
not.
She's
She's
not.
not.
She can't. It is dirty. It's
Oh, yeah,
dirty.
it's on.
I would have
get
ducked and let her just like nudge me against the wall so I'm not falling. I think
Yeah.
Jenna fell because then it's harder to get up and it's a whole.
Jenna's strong, and I think she's a really good asset as a team play, like on a team, because she brings something that a lot of the girls don't have, which is sheer physical size. You know,
I think she's good
great,
all
but
around.
She's good all around, but I think in an individual thing where dirty's the name of the game, like I would
not
put my
dirty.
money on Veronica versus her, even though
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Oh yeah.
right, even though she's
Jenna,
so much.
Jenna has always been like, okay, if the team's gonna vote this way, I'll vote this way.
Right.
Like I haven't really
She's
seen her
passive.
be like, okay, I'm gonna do this instead do this and do
Right.
that.
She doesn't want to upset people. You know, she's
Right.
like a genuinely nice person. I think the bad boys are going to win. Bad boys and girls.
See,
are
and that goes
gonna-
back to what I was trying to say, I guess, earlier.
Okay.
With I felt like that's how Brittany is. She's more of like she'll step up as opposed to like where she's more kind of like the passive. Yeah,
and
timid,
also,
yeah.
can we touch on real quick, because I know, which we haven't talked about, terrifying Tori in the best way. Terry is
I
terrifying.
really like her.
A
She
woman
is
scorned, you know, a
no
woman
freaking
scorned,
joke,
like-
though.
Yeah.
Like, when
Did you-
Camilla tried to comfort her, and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't want to be touched by now.
You
Nothing
didn't
personal.
see her on Are You the One, huh?
No.
She cray.
Oh, but she seems
but
really
she's-
rational.
No, she is, but
Like,
she
she's just
is like she
no-
just has that inner like hunger and that like, all right, don't mess with me. I'm in my own zone. Like mentally, she's all there. And so, I mean, we saw her in the tomato game, and she's like, I'm gonna come after whoever's in my vagina.
She just sat there like this the whole time.
Well, yeah, it's a half of it's mental. You gotta
But just
mentally.
mean
Yeah.
as hell. Like, I would never.
I
I'm
like her.
terrified
I'm-
of her.
I'm-
she's
rooting
game
for
face is
her.
on. She's
I
on.
want her to be
She's
my
on, yeah.
girlfriend and fight for my honor. She is someone you want on your team.
Yes.
I agree.
She
Totally agree with
is
that.
no joke.
Well,
And I feel like she could demolish Banana. Like, I feel like she's just like a person that like.
Oh, you calling him out right now? You putting that out there? The
I'm saying
bananas?
all the
I
flash.
don't-
She's not flashy with her aggression.
no.
She's not like a loudmouth. She's just like no fucking joke. Like
Just back
blue
it up,
steel.
punk,
Yeah,
action.
just
Yeah.
focus, razor sharp. If we were putting money on for end game people, I would for sure
Put
my money on her as one of the definitely final four.
Oh, you're hearing it now. You're putting it out there.
She's
Putting it out
scary
now.
too. You do
She-
not
I-
want to mess her. Like a
I agree
look
though. I
from-
agree with you.
Yeah.
She's intense, man. I think she's got what it takes. She's gonna she's pissed off right now.
Yeah.
She's gonna go through some people. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun to
You know,
watch.
one thing that we haven't seen yet in 3 episodes is the Redemption House. No one's been eliminated. I mean,
There's no cameras there.
Nothing's happening
Just the
because the
carny.
last time they did this, at least someone was going home, and so far everybody's still there. I mean, regardless of the 2 fighters, but I mean, they haven't gone anywhere. So how many of these people are they actually? What do you think they're
Let's
going to
do
do with
prediction.
that?
Yeah, let's do Redemption House predictions.
Do it. What do you think's going to happen?
I think I don't know if any of you guys had ever watched The Apprentice
A little bit.
or almost what else do they bring back? You know, they'll either I think that the people in the Redemption House will either become teammates of the finals for the million,
That's what I was thinking.
like with or they'll be the voter, or they'll like serve as the jury almost. Like they'll pick who's
against who.
going again in the elimination. They'll somehow be involved in like in it to
That's
win
how
it.
I feel. It's almost like it's kind of like a vengeful thing. Like,
Goosebumps.
right. I feel like it's gonna be they're gonna have some kind of say in like some kind of
Right.
elimination or something like to just stir that pot. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all
Right.
know it's going to be
Ooh.
dirty. We're going to have to
Yeah.
wait for
It
next
is
week to see what
gonna
it's going to
be
be. Now, there's a couple, there's a rumor, I don't know if you guys heard, and I'm pretty sure you guys at home have heard. First of all, do you like the people on Are You the One on the challenge, or are you anti?
I gotta be honest. I don't watch it. I've never watched it, so
I'll take that as a no. Well, check this out, because there's a rumor that a cast member from Teen Mom 2, Javi, if you watch that, is
Nope.
rumored to be on or is trying to get on the challenge.
This one or like
Not
a
this
future?
one, but
I
like
was
a future.
Is she
That
old
is
enough?
But a
dirty.
future. No,
Right.
it's one of the boyfriends.
She's still a teen.
It's
Oh.
it's one of the baby daddies.
It's the baby.
It's one of the baby daddies.
Baby daddy.
He's a likable. Well, if you, I watch him. I watch a lot of MTV.
Okay.
He's a likable person on the show, and he's not together with the teen mom, but he is supposedly rumored to be a contestant in future seasons.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well,
Interesting.
you have to get on Are You the One to get grandfathered into the challenge so you can show us what you got.
I would love to do the challenge.
Yeah.
In fact, I've actually been trying, but Marie, I've been trying, yes, I would
John
love
Bonham.
to be on the challenge. I feel like I could do well. I could do really well, yes.
But now I feel like you can't, every challenge now has been like, the new people are all coming from
Right.
Are You the One?
Right.
But they've always done that. You're either on the Real World or Are
Yeah.
You the One?
Right.
And before
So
that,
try
it was
and
Road
get
So maybe I should get
on
on
the
Are You the
real
One?
world. Right, that's
Am I
what
the
I'm
one?
saying. Get
Yeah.
on Are You the One. But I also will say on Are You the One, which I also don't watch, Tori has made me like, Tori dating? Like, I can only picture her being like, I will crush you. I can't see her like charming someone.
She was a really like.
I'm gonna watch.
I liked her on that show actually, and she got screwed over.
Oh no.
And she was like, "Okay, you want to play your game? I'll play mine too." And that's the attitude she had, and she got screwed over.
Oh, man.
With Derek, they weren't together on the show. She was with somebody
Right.
else, so I was surprised to see them together. Yeah. So actually, there was a funny little story, real quick. My cousin was down in San Diego a couple weeks ago and partied with Bananas. And she texted me and she's like, "So I'm totally with Bananas right now."
Pics?
Blah, blah. Yeah, she sent me a picture and everything, and I was like, "What? How come the day that you don't invite me? Like, how come I'm not down there? Like, is he really cool?" He's a pretty cool guy, and he's pretty effing hilarious.
We got to get him in here. We got to get Johnny in here.
I think we're gonna
get
be
Johnny.
getting
Johnny,
a
we
lot
gotta
of
get you
people
in,
in the
man.
studio.
I'm
it's
sure
a long
he will.
season.
And we will, guys. Stay
Yes.
tuned. We've got upcoming guests. We don't want to announce them yet, but good stuff. I want, you got to send post pics. We got to see the whole
It's not my picture to post. I wasn't there.
Come on.
I wasn't there, so I can't even say that I partied with him. I would like to. I think it'd be a really fun time.
Of cousins.
Yeah.
Nani, where's my Nani at these days? Is she? I want Nani
Maybe
to come
she's
back.
working. I don't know.
Nani, just
Actually,
win
I
a
have no
challenge.
idea. I have no idea.
We got to check up on Nani and see what's going on with her. I'd love to have her as a guest. That would be great. See her take on all this and cousin Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting a lot of people this season, so do not miss a week. Thank you for joining us tonight and staying up late, and you will catch us next week. David, where can everybody find you on social media?
Again, my Instagram is David Punk Rock Christopher. Twitter, DPR Christopher. I
Nice.
think that's right.
Awesome. And you can find me at Pamela Gross Jill on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for staying up with us.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina Aguilar. And that is a wrap.
Boom. Until next week.
Catch you there.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.